Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're going to talk about what's on my Sephora loves list. We do have another VIB sale coming up soon. I'm just going to give you the sale dates now in case you want to start planning your list as well. Rouge members get first access and they also get the highest discount. So the VIB Rouge members get 20% off and they can start shopping on April 14th, and then the sale goes through the 24th. VIB members will get 15% off and they can start shopping on the 18th. Insiders also get access on the 18th. They get 10% off, and that is the no purchase tier. You can just join and become an insider anytime. So everybody gets a little bit of a sale. As usual, I will be shopping the sale. And also as usual, I want your opinions on what I should purchase. I have a lot of stuff on my loves list right now. There's hardly any eyeshadow, which is super weird for me. Typically, I'm such a palette girl, but my loves list right now is very heavy on foundation, concealer, blush, and fragrance. I do have a couple of other things in there as well, but those are the big main categories. And I keep a lot of things on my loves list. I definitely don't want to purchase everything. I haven't hit the lottery, so I will not be purchasing my entire loves list, but I would love to hear your opinions about the things that I have on my list. I get so many good recommendations. You rarely steer me wrong, so I always love to get your input, especially if there are things on my list that you have tried or you have experienced. Some of these things are actually on my loves list because of viewer recommendations, and I also added some things to my loves list based on the Sephora beauty recommendation quizzes that they have on their website. I did do a little screen recording of me taking some of those quizzes and adding some of that stuff to my loves list. So we're going to look at that too, because I think that's a really interesting process. I love the idea of not just being somebody who gives recommendations, but somebody who constantly takes recommendations as well. So let's go through my loves list. Like I said, there's a lot of similar products on here. Make sure you're taking notes and leave your recommendations in the comments for me. All right, let's go take a look. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's start with the Sephora quizzes and buying guides first. If you ever want to do these, just go up to the top bar where it says new, and then it's right there in the second row, quizzes and buying guides, and that will take you over to a whole bunch of different categories of quizzes. I tried out a lot of these and I just sort of would speed run through them, and you can always go back and retake them. So I tried to compile a lot of different suggestions for a bunch of different categories here, because I think this is an interesting way really to discover new products. And I was also sort of testing their algorithms to see what they would suggest and see if any of my current favorites pop up in their suggestions, which I noticed did happen quite a bit here. For example, this Supergroup sunscreen is one of my favorites. The Tower 28 Sunny Days sunscreen foundation is already on my loves list, and I think that bodes well for how they've built this little quiz algorithm. So the more that I took these, the more I realized that I am likely to discover a few things that really do work well for me. And I decided to use the fragrance quiz. I'm very interested in adding some new fragrances to my collection. I've been really enjoying layering my different scents and just sort of matching my mood to my fragrance. So you will see there are a lot of fragrances on my loves list right now, and the very first thing they suggest to me is YSL Black Opium, which is my all-time favorite perfume. If you asked me if I had a signature scent, that's what I would say. So I did take a few of their suggestions here, and I also noticed that some of the Sephora quiz suggestions overlapped with suggestions I've gotten in the comments of my YouTube videos. So I try to take all of those things into account because it's not all about reviews for me. I do find myself disagreeing with some of the reviews that I read on sites like Sephora and Ulta, where I just feel I've had a completely different experience with the product. So I do like to take a lot of different factors into account when it comes to building my loves list and just when I want to branch out into trying new brands and new products. Definitely seeing a lot of overlap from the complexion builder quiz and then the foundation and concealer recommendation quizzes as well. So I feel like that all bodes well for me. And I'm definitely really interested in trying at least a couple new foundations, skin tints, concealers. I don't feel like I've really fallen in love with a lot of complexion products lately. So I am excited to jump in and discover hopefully some new loves. I've also been battling a lot of skin disruptions over the past probably 2 months. And I really finally feel like things are evening out for me and I'm starting to enjoy my skin again and not feel like I'm struggling against it when I wear makeup. So that also makes me kind of excited to try some new complexion products. And speaking of that, just a quick reminder, don't forget to wear SPF. I'm coming into summertime where I live, and I do think that you should wear SPF all the time, even if it's not super sunny out, even if you're not going out into the sun, to the beach, the pool, or whatever. Just a quick reminder, SPF is your friend. So that's my soapbox for the day. If nothing else, put some SPF on your loves list. The last category that I did for these Sephora quizzes is the lip finder, and I haven't really been too excited. There are a couple things here that I already know that I like, but I'm so picky about my lip products these days. I don't like anything that's a plumper in a tingly way, so I just don't even really pay attention to those. I do have a couple of items here that popped up as suggestions that I'm gonna add. I only had, before doing this quiz, I only had one lip product on my loves list, so it did inspire me to add a couple of things. And once I had taken these quizzes so many times, I finally got to a point where Sephora was like, we're done with you. There was an error. No more for you. So I said, okay, it's quitting time. Here's what's actually on my loves list. I have 5 different foundation / skin tint type of items. The Tarte Maracuja Juicy Glow has awful reviews, so that makes me really scared because I love the Maracuja tinted moisturizer, and I thought that this would be something else for me to love since it's supposedly a similar product. It's marketed similarly anyway. And then the Beauty Blender Bounce Skin Tint was a recommendation from the Sephora quizzes. The Tower 28 and Kosas items have been on my list forever, and this Sai, I'm so sorry, I literally never know how to pronounce it. This last option is one that's a new release, and I've seen a lot of people talking about it online, so that online buzz, especially from my fellow influencer friends, is what prompted me to add that one to my list. I probably really ideally will only choose 1 or 2 of these. I definitely need your input in narrowing these down because I could go either way and I cannot purchase all 5 of them. That's insane. Now I do have a slightly more sane selection for the concealers. The LYS Triple Fix has been on my list for a long time. I've always held off on pulling the trigger because it is that full coverage, and that's typically not my preference, but I have heard a lot of good things about this concealer, so I've always just kept it sort of lingering on the list. The other 2 were suggestions from the Sephora quizzes that I took, and I know at least one commenter here on YouTube has recommended the Sephora Gel Serum Concealer. So that feels like a really strong contender to me. But again, I would love to hear from somebody who has actually tried these or worn them. I do have dry skin. I do prefer more of a medium, natural or dewy type of finish. But I'm really open to exploring a lot of different type of products. And I have had hits and misses from all across the map. So I'm definitely open. I'm definitely more experimental probably than a lot of people are when it comes to trying new formulas. When it comes to blush, I have these 4 options. The Rare Beauty blush are 2 new shades that have been recently added to the line. I have tried the formula before, so I do feel pretty confident that I'll enjoy those. The Kaja, hope I'm saying that correctly. My Spanish speaking always wants to kick in and I want to call it Caja all the time, but I'm pretty sure it's Kaja. And the Danessa Myricks Beauty are newer products and they are formulas that I haven't tried yet. But I've had really good luck with my Danessa Myricks products. I have not had a letdown from any of her formulas that I have tried so far. And I'm just really intrigued by this Kaja product. And it's a lip and cheek tint. I love a multitasker. So I could easily add all 4 of these to my cart. But that's a little crazy. That's quite the budget to spend on blush. So I'd love to narrow it down to maybe 2 of these. Let me know your thoughts. In a perfect world, I will choose 2 and love them both. Now we come to fragrance. Probably the most difficult thing to choose online. Now I have smelled some of these in person and some are purely based on recommendation. The Jo Malone and Skylar Fall Cashmere, I have smelled both of these in person. I actually have a sampler of this Jo Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt and I really like it. It's a little bit different for me, but it's still sort of in my fragrance comfort zone. I don't really like overly floral scents. I don't mind a orchid vanilla as long as it's more on the warmer or sweeter versus really like rosy floral scents are not my favorite. But I also like hibiscus and a more tropical floral too. Again, I'm trying to be open to new things. I don't want to be so set in my ways with my makeup or my fragrance to where I miss out on something that I could have really loved in just a totally different vein. But I cannot purchase all of these. Fragrance is so expensive. Ideally, I'd like to choose 2, maybe 3. Let me know if you've smelled these. If you've ever smelled one of these and it is terrible, please warn me so that I don't waste my $30 on a rollerball. Now, I do have a collection of some kind of random things. A loose powder, a pressed powder, a little mascara from Rose Inc., the Tower 28 bronzer. I love the Bronzino bronzer. This is a matte version, so I'm pretty sure that I would like that one. And the only eyeshadow anywhere on my loves list is this cream shadow from Kulfi. It's in this gorgeous chartreuse color. I added it to my loves list and then like 3 days later I saw Lauren May Beauty posting about it on Instagram and it felt like a sign. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to get that one. That's my only for certain I know I'm going to add this to my cart product in this entire video. Well, I also know I'm going to restock some of my skincare, but I don't really need suggestions on that. So in this video, that's my only sure thing. I would definitely love any input on the powders and mascara, especially because these are all from the suggestions from the Sephora quizzes. They were not on my radar. I have not even touched any of them in person. I don't have a very convenient great Sephora nearby, so I am relying on you, dear watchers. Please help me out with these in particular. Last but not least, I have some comfy lip products. The Givenchy liquid Balm and the Dior Lip Glow are two products that I have previously tried and really love. So I wouldn't mind springing for some new shades while they're on sale. The By Mario is a new product to me, but I've heard people speak very highly of it, so I feel like it's in the realm of lip products that I personally really like. I added the new shades of the Givenchy and Dior products after taking the Sephora quizzes because they got recommended to me again and I already know I love them. So really the only new thing is what's been on my list for a while, and that's this By Mario lip product. I like to invest in expensive lip products like this because I know I will completely use them up and love them every time. But am I missing out on any awesome lip products out there that you don't see on my loves list that you think I would like? I like to be cozy. I like a tinted balm. I like a comfy, nourishing skincare type of lip product. So definitely leave me your suggestions if you have any of those. Now you've seen everything on my loves list. I definitely want to know what you think about the products that are on there. Is there anything that you think should be on my loves list that is missing? Are there any eyeshadow palettes out right now that I should be lusting after? Because I'm not really feeling drawn towards any of the palettes that are coming out right now in Sephora anyway. I guess there haven't really been a lot of eyeshadow palette drops, so I don't know. I've been really enjoying indie brand eyeshadows for like the past 2 years. I've been really loving my Too Faced Italian Spritz palette lately, so I don't know. Maybe did I miss it? Let me know. What should I be getting? What are you buying? What are your suggestions? I love to hear your input. I often take your recommendations and you very rarely, if ever, steer me wrong. So keep those recommendations coming. Leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I forget where I got this sweater and it is so fun. It's got this like all over purple ombre. I really like it. I got purple earrings. I got purple eyeshadow. Just a purple day. I don't have purple nails though, so. I'm actually wear testing this makeup that I'm wearing right now. I changed outfits partway through the day, and so that this video has a different outfit than the other video, even though I'm filming them on the same day. I've heard other YouTubers say that they change their clothes so that it looks like they're filming on a different day. That is not why I do it. I do it so that I know which clips go with which video when I'm transferring the footage from my camera to my computer that I edit on. Pro tip. Behind the scenes. I hope I don't ruin the magic for you. But the wear test is going well. That video will probably get posted before this one, so you can go check it out and see what I'm wearing if you want to. I always do a best of the year series every year. In December, I'll do a best of series. It's usually like 3 or 4 videos with all of my favorites from all different beauty categories. And I've never done a worst of, but after trying this lip product, I'm considering it. I know that sounds shady, but here we are. And I'm, of course, wearing this. I get this, like, white line, like a little crusty line from this Rare Beauty lip oil. I've never had a lip oil do that to me before. I don't know, maybe it's my fault, what I had on before, but I've been wearing this for, like, a few hours now, so I'll try the other colors before I decide if it's worth the hype. You keep notes and leave your thoughts in the description. You can't write in the description. Oh man, I was cold when I was outside earlier, so I put a sweater on, and now I'm hot with these lights shining on me. Can't win. I think I'll survive. Should I make a Sephora sale recommendations video? I feel like I've done those in the past and I always end up recommending the same products over and over and over again, which, you know, is a good thing because that means that they're really great and they stand the test of time. But I just don't know, is that adding value to your viewing experience? I don't know. I can do one if you want. Look at me. I'm asking for your recommendations instead of giving you mine. Well, I review stuff all the time, so that's kind of like recommending things, if they're good. All right, anyway, I'm rambling. I got other stuff I gotta do. I have a jam-packed day today. So let me go get the rest of these chores and errands and all that good stuff done. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'm glad you're here. I'm always happy to see your face. You wanna know why? Do ya? It's because I love your face. I'll see you soon. Okay, bye-bye.